Push him away. I grab the guy at the collar, by the collar, and yank him away from Sarah. He staggered for a bit, his eyes glinted with rage and hurt. We regarded each other with blinding hate. I could never forgive him for hurting Sarah. So his ego was hurt. So Sarah said he was the fake. Well, that just proves he is. That was the point of the whole exercise. And as far as I'm concerned, a stranger has no fucking right to lay a finger on my girlfriend. I bared my teeth at him. Don't you touch her, imposter. Other Mike gnashed his teeth. He picked up the wooden bat from the floor and charged at me. Fucking asshole. I'm still the slyest boy around. Okay, so we still have 5 more endings, and I don't really know. I think I might know one of them. It might be doing the honest stuff again, but choosing the more direct. I just realized that the window is out of sorts. Whoopsies. That footage is gonna be part of the border is showing. My bad. What was I saying now? So I think doing all of the truth stuff along with the answering with the other more detailed-ish answers might give me something, possibly. So I'm gonna do that one, see what I get, and then I need to figure out what the heck I'm gonna do to get the other endings. Sarah turned to the other Mike. So, Mikey, did anything special last night? Huh? Went around town? Had a good time? Sarah, is this another one of your random questions? No. So did you go anywhere else? Not really, why? By the way, those are really nice glasses. Are they new? Got them yesterday? Oh, right, yeah. Yesterday. I guess I forgot to mention it. Is it a big deal? You know how forgetful I am. No, of course not. So where's your old pair? That old thing? I threw them out. They were falling apart. You've harped about them ever since. I thought I might as well. I see. Yeah. Come on, Sarah. I hope you aren't implying that I'm faking just because I have new glasses on. Plot twist, we're both fake. Definitely not. This has nothing to do with your new glasses. Although, Mike, care to tell me why this other Mike has your old ones? Sarah points at the grimy pair of scratched glasses perched on my nose. What? I don't know. He might have gotten his hands on them. See, so, one of the reasons, aside for, like, he mentions the carpet thing, that we tripped on the carpet, and so I thought, okay, that could be an explanation to why our glasses are under the table. But when I first went through it, I was thinking, why would you have another pair of glasses under the table? But in this, it was suspect to me, because it was like, at first I thought we just had, there's like an underneath of the table, and I thought the glasses were there. Then he mentioned the carpet thing, so it was like, the glasses fell underneath. But you put it with your, his head is hurting, and there's a bat involved, so I assumed other Mike hit us and our glasses went flying. Which is why I was super suspect of him. And now and then you think about it, and it's just like, well, then why does he have, the same glasses? Would it really be the same? But this is a whole supernatural element, and it could just be like everything down to the T is the same, including the glasses. But for me, it was, if our glasses are under the table, that means, like, this is our house, and use a fake. It's just, there's this whole, just my brain was going, what? During the whole beginning portion. What? It's far more likely you got a new pair because the old pair was still stuck on the original mic. That's preposterous. I'm talking to two versions of my boyfriend here, so I am all for it at this point. You didn't really believe that I had that memory loss, did you? I knew you attacked me, but I had to make noise to alert Sarah. What? I finged memory loss to buy time, maybe even lower your guard. My main goal was to get Sarah downstairs and catch you out. I knew you couldn't get rid of me once I made the noise. There was something weird about you, just a gut feel, I guess. 5 questions in, I knew you were faking. Nice try, though. But everything I said was the truth. What a person says isn't as important as the body language they project, huh? Hun? I have to sneeze. No! What was the 5th question? Or in your case, your apparent lack of them. You may have Mike's face and voice and memories, but darling, you gotta work on your acting. May I suggest jazz fingers next time? If he's bad at acting, and I was telling the truth the first time I did this. Why'd you say I was fake? What the heck? Sarah? What the heck? Look, I don't know what your deal is, and I don't think I want to know. Just get out of my life and stop using my face. Give it up, perp. Guess I got caught. His inhuman laughter pierced my ears and made goosebumps prickle at the back of my neck. Sarah and I watched as the man with my face smiled. His eyes glowed bright red in the darkness, emitting their own light like an ember. Ooh! What now, fake Mike? I am the realest Mike. Get wrecked. But we were having such a good time, Sarah, darling. I was with you the whole night. But you didn't even know I was fake before this scum got lucky. I did come out of the trash. Yeah, but I knew something was off. Piece of advice, though. Next time, pick a dumber couple, bucko. Sarah, I don't think you should. You should really talk, considering first round. He was still wearing my face. He looked genuinely hurt when he spoke again. Everything I said was the truth, Sarah. I am still Mike. Heart and mind. I am he and he is I. Persona. Give me a week, and even you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. A week? What does he mean by that? After all, if I had the memories, personality, and essence of someone, how can anyone say I'm fake? You have those freaky shit glowing red orbs for eyes? I would say that's a pretty big giveaway. His face contorted into amused anger. Mike, look out! The next thing I know, his long arms were outstretched, like they were really long. they were so incredibly long, making a grasp for my neck. I felt his fingertips graze my skin and my throat made an involuntary gulp. That was close. With no time to think, I made a dive for the bat and flung the heavy end into my attacker. But he only parried the blow with his arm. He a freak. It didn't look like it was going to stop him for long. Run, Sarah. Back off. What? You brought your gun with you? I heard a thud, better safe than sorry. Police mentality. Or at least somebody with a gun mentality. You mean better paranoid than The monstrous force flung my body and I collided with the hard wall of the living room. I felt my ribs break with the impact. This is like playing Don't Open Your Eyes again. Mike. Sarah. Bastard. Sarah fired more shots at the creature. One of them grazed him on the left arm. It wasn't enough to maim him. The fake Mike swiped the gun out of Sarah's hands and it careened under the table. Ugh. He grabbed Sarah by the neck. Fear bubbled up inside me. It was bigger than any pain I've since endured. Sarah. No, let her go. Sarah groaned helplessly, struggling against the inhuman hand that belonged to me. Cold sweat enveloped my skin in a thin, terrified film. Easy now, boy. I'm not going to kill her. Yet. I heard a snicker escape from the attacker's mouth. But look at this fucking mess. You really should have just stayed unconscious when I hit you with that bat, you know. Spared us all this trauma. I knew you hit me with the bat. I'm not stupid. Go to hell. Oh, we will, I promise. After all, the host has to be alive while I eat. I gulped. When you say eat, did you mean... No, not your flesh, boy. Life. Life is so much tastier than flesh. Your memories, your thoughts, your future. All the things that make you human. I'll help myself, don't mind if I do. When you've been stripped down and barren to the bone, you will simply wither away. Like a scab that was once flesh and blood. 1 week to live. I'll think about that later. Right now I have to get Sarah to safety. My eyes darted to her, my insides churning at her labored breathing. The imposter followed my eyes with a knowing chuckle. So, shall we start with your lovely Sarah? Work our way down, piece by piece. Sarah struggled as the grip on her throat tightened. The creature started to lift her up from the floor by her neck. Stop! Stop, please! I beg you. Please, I'll do anything. Anything. The bat fell from my hands as I surrendered. All hope lost, my knees buckled and I crashed to the floor. Anything? What could you possibly give me that I can't take, human? You did get found out by a local police officer. Looks to me that you need help crafting a more human image. I'm a writer. I do that for a living. Fake Mike's ears perked up. A grin spread across his face. Just let her go, please. I don't know how, but I'll make it worth your while. I was still contemplating my fate when Fake Mike let out a sudden yelp of pain. It seems that Sarah kicked him in the nuts. As his grip loosened around her neck, Sarah broke Fake Mike's fingers down to his knuckles. He screamed in fury. Sarah dropped to the ground, gasping for air. Mike, you always did talk too much, you pompous ass. Fake Mike let out a growl as he lunged for Sarah's hair, but Sarah managed to slip away from him. Sarah, get out of the house now. Get out while you can. Idiot. Like I'm gonna leave you to be eaten. She sprinted upstairs to find another weapon. You stubborn. You'll get cornered upstairs. Ugh. Angry black dots began to dance in my vision. The pain in my side poked my consciousness, prodding my vision to wither. I can't lose consciousness now. I was jolted awake by the sound of a huge crash. Sarah... How long was I unconscious for? The stand clock informed me I've been lying here for around 10 minutes or so. I sighed in relief. Looks like I've been out long. I tried to stand up. My ribs. But I have to get up. I crawled towards Sarah's gun under the coffee table. Apart from the crash that woke me up, everything was dead quiet in the house. I didn't know what I hated more, the silence or the anticipation of Sarah's screams. Is anybody even here now? I wiped the blood dripping off my chin and steadied myself. I'm be real mad if I go up there and it's just 2 Sarahs. I have to be sure. My sides felt like they were on fire. Every step I took sent a jolt of pain through my whole body. Oh yes, those stairs are going to be a fun ride. I made my way to the 2nd floor with little ease. This place didn't feel like my house anymore. Like I entered another dimension that looked the same but was not the least bit similar. Tiny beads of sweat popped across my forehead. I held the gun close. Don't panic. I have to focus on protecting Sarah. I don't care about what happens to me. I just want her safe. Sarah, if you're there, please call out to me. Let me know you're here. I waited a couple of seconds before my ears picked up a muffled sound. Mike. It came from the guest room. I hurried over to the door and tried to open it. Sarah? Oh, Mike. I'm so glad you found me. I frowned. There was something weird about the way she sounded, but I couldn't quite make it out. Get me out of here, Mike. I jiggled the lock, but it didn't open. I'm scratched up good. We have to get out before that monster comes back. I winced again. Is this really Sarah? Her voice sounds really strange. But I shrugged it off and continued to push the door open. Give me a sec. I tried again, but the door wouldn't budge. Sarah, I think the door might be stuck. Damn it. Don't worry, I'll get you out, I promise. I tried kicking the door. The pain shot up my leg like a bolt of electric fire, but now was not the time to be a sop. I kicked it a couple more times. Each time was a glowing red pain in my extremities. Pretty soon the door showed signs of moving. Mike, what are you doing? It was Sarah, but the voice didn't come from the door. I turned around. In front of me was another Sarah, bloody and injured, her arm limp at the right shoulder. I stared at her listlessly. Sarah? Don't open the damn door, Mike. The bastard is in there. Mike, what's happening? Sarah? There's Sarah here too. Shit, Mike, listen to me. She's not real. Fuck that. That's the fake one inside. I was able to fight it off and lock it inside the room. It kept ramming at the door over and over until the door got stuck. That's a lie, Mike. I ran to the room and locked it from the inside. It destroyed the door so I can't get out. It's confusing because the dialogue is just, it's Sarah. Bullshit. Get me out of here, Mike. Don't listen to her. Mike, look at me. I'm the real Sarah. My mind couldn't believe what was happening. Edges of a migraine pressed at the fingers of my brain. My hands tightened on the gun. If you open that door, Mike, I'm quite sure that bastard is going to come straight for me. It doesn't need my essence. It needs yours. It'll kill me for sure. Mike, listen to me. It's trying to trick you. You have to believe me, Mike. Mike, please. The Sarah in front of me took a step forward. I pulled the gun nearer to my chest, but I couldn't bring myself to aim it at her. She stopped. Get back, Sarah. But let me think. Just get back. My heart rammed in my chest. I knew I had to calm down. At this point, I wouldn't be able to think clearly. Who am I kidding? Even on a good day, I can't deduce the truth like Sarah. I'm no detective. I'm not a detective. Mike, please, you have to shoot that fake Sarah. Shoot the fucking bastard. Just what the bitch wants, isn't it? Don't listen to that monster. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Stop talking. If we just leave it there, we can escape. It's just desperate to get out, Mike. Mike, please believe me. Put the gun down. Mike, I know it's hard, but you have to be brave. I need to think first. This is too sudden. What am I going to do? The weight of the situation made my hands shake. Can I really murder someone in cold blood? Somebody I love? I mean, it was different when it was me. It's just me. If I make a decision too hastily, it's a mistake I can never undo. Ooh, you can't get me! I'm saving! Okay, since, it's at half right now, and I need to figure this out, and I don't know if I'm gonna be quick enough, I'm gonna not shoot. It's hard, because I think you would be able to figure out if, because she was being choked earlier, and I'm pretty sure the strength that was in that would have messed up her throat a little bit. And if there was voices, you could probably hear the difference. I'm pretty sure that the fakie is a terrible actor, too. So, this is difficult. And go. I'm not gonna shoot. Don't make me regret this. I just couldn't do it. I can't shoot her. I can't even aim at her. I looked into her pleading eyes and felt an overwhelming surge of love and helplessness. It's gonna be so weird. Because right now I'm thinking, what if... Because you don't know what happened. There was a crash. And you don't know who got hit. So this is really difficult. I feel like it was easier with Mike because you could see the differences, and for whatever reason, Sarah just sucked at her job earlier. But you could see differences in Mike from the way we look like to the glasses. There's the whole baseball thing. There's just these little clues that were there. But with this one, I'm just like, bro, I don't know. I'm not a detective. She has to be my Sarah. She has to be. I stood up with effort and limped towards her. Mike. Behind me, the other Sarah's voice screamed. It's going to be alright, honey. She held her uninjured hand out to me, and I reached for it blindly. This is fake Sarah, isn't it? You fakey! A sharp, cold pain went through my stomach. I dropped to my knees as blood pooled around my feet. Mikey, Mikey, Mikey. You had me worried for a second there. The small penknife glittered in Sarah's hands. But I wasn't really that worried. I can see it, your sad, adorable eyes. I can feel it in my bones. You wanted me to be the real Sarah. It's so sweet how you love me so much, even to the point of deluding yourself. I love you too, sweetheart. She knelt beside me. I flinched as her cold hands brushed the hair off my face. But I'm sorry to say this. I think we have to break up. I found a new host. No. Does this mean... It's only natural. I mean, why do I have to settle for your troublesome ass? When a feisty little Sarah is finally locked and ribbon-tied like a gift. Thanks, by the way. She put up such a fight. I struggled to get up, but she pulled my hair and pinned me to the ground. Not going anywhere, sweetie. She smacked her lips in delight. My body felt paralyzed. Already my hands and feet had become numb. No. Stop. Fake Sarah just giggled. I think I'll have fun with you first. I wanted to fight, to cry out, but the frayed edges of my vision faded steadily into black. The sound of Sarah's scream was an endless lullaby. I didn't have time to think it through better. I didn't have a choice. Did I? I watched Sarah's body crumble to the floor in a heap. My heart ached as she looked at me with sadness and confusion. No. No. A low, amused laughter resonated behind the door. Sarah? I ran to her gasping body and cradled her head in my arms. Please, no. I have to stop. I have to stop the bleeding. I have to... But the circle of red grew larger and larger around Sarah's body. Sarah! Sarah! Behind me, the door cracked open. I decided to take a step back and relax. The breath that came out my lips wavered and shook. Nevertheless, my speeding heart thanked me for the comfort. But I still need to decide soon. Mike, time is running out. Please hand me the gun. What should I do? Something bad is going to happen if I don't decide now. But I'm so confused. I need more time. Think, Mike. Think. There has to be another way out of this. What the heck? I guess we're just gonna keep going the way I did it before. Don't shoot, and then just wait it out. I just couldn't do it. I didn't have a choice. Wait. I should ask you both a question so I can make sure which is the real Sarah. Damn it, Mike. Haven't we established that trivia questions mean jack shit? Well, I'm out of ideas. Fine, make it count then. Admittedly, I was just trying to buy time before the inevitable happens. I struggled to come up with that one perfect question that would lead me to the right Sarah. Finally, a spark flew into my mind. I turned to the Sarah in front of me. The Sarah inside the room is wounded. She told me her injuries. Okay. Which shoulder? Not the shoulder. It has a bullet wound in the right thigh. I managed to land a bullet on it downstairs. I nodded severely, my jaw clenched. The Sarah inside the room didn't really tell me any injuries. But if this is the real Sarah, then she would be correct. Oh my god. Shoot first, think later, I guess, right now. I didn't have time to think it through better. I didn't have a choice, did I? I watched Sarah's body crumple to the floor in a heap. My heart ached as she looked at me with sadness and confusion. I was wrong. I was so wrong. I need to ask one last question. I turned to the Sarah behind the door. The Sarah standing in front of me is injured. What are her injuries? Dislodged right shoulder and fractured fingers. Must have broke it when he was strangling me. Wait, that's it. Everything was made clear by that last question. I was glad I took the time to think. I faced the wounded Sarah in front of me. There was no doubt about it. Wait, but, what happens if I let it run out? I just couldn't do it. I can't shoot her. I can't even aim at her. Please. The sound of the gunshot made my ears ring a note I will remember forever. Sarah crumpled to the floor. I brought the gun down to my side and walked over to her. I looked in her eyes. They were indeed hers. This is embarrassing, being killed by a human. You know what, though, Sarah? She's not afraid of dying, so... Sarah held up her hand to me. Hold me, Mike. Please. I'm sorry. I was just... I took her cold hands into mine and warmed it with my breath. Monster or not, this was my Sarah, knowing that it isn't doesn't matter at all. Not Not right now, while she's helpless and dying rapidly in front of me. Reluctant tears fell from my face. I know what Sarah wants for her birthday. Stop talking, you'll just strain yourself. She'll never tell you, but I know what it is. Something borrowed. Something blue. Dark blood sputtered out of Sarah's mouth. She shivered. Mike, be careful. You know about us now. They won't like it. What? Who is they? They might... I'm cold. Mike, what's happening? Are you there? Please? The real Sarah's voice called from inside the room. I turned to the door and looked back at the fake Sarah. Go. Sarah, I'm okay. Mike? I'm here. I walked to the door. Everything's okay now. I'll get you out of there. Mike, I thought... Sarah started to sob. I waited patiently behind the door. Pretty soon I heard her sniff and take a couple of calming breaths. Okay. I'll push the door. You pull it open, okay? On 3. The door finally gave way and Sarah jumped into my arms as soon as it opened. My ribs complained and I croaked in pain. Almost at the same time, Sarah winced because of her injuries. We both laughed. How did you know it was me? I was really worried back there. I just got lucky. What do you mean? I thought you had some sort of plan. Yes and no. It was a long shot. It didn't come to me at once after all. I'm not a detective. Not even close. So what was the point of asking about our injuries? To stall for time originally, but I actually managed to prove my theory after all. A theory, It was your voice. My voice? I'd hoped the creature wouldn't remember the little detail. When you first called me, you sounded really strange. Your voice, it was raspy and sounded like it belonged to a different person. And then while I was asking you the question, you suddenly mentioned the strangling incident. It's when it all clicked. You were strangled just recently. That's why you didn't sound like yourself. There was a strange damage to your voice box. The other Sarah's voice sounded just fine. You're right. What? You did get lucky. It was a stressful situation, alright? It's the most my brain could come up with. Sarah grinned. She pushed my old grimy glasses up my nose. I guess we have to be thankful for the little details. Is it over, Mike? I hope so. But as we turned to look at the fallen imposter, it had disappeared from sight. Red drops of blood made a trail for the open window. It escaped. Damn. I didn't say anything. I know I should be worried or alarmed that the creature was loose, but I just didn't care at the moment. Seeing Sarah lifeless with blood curdling on the floor just a while ago, and now this Sarah alive in my arms. I can't shake the feeling that I've been given a second chance. I held Sarah in my arms and hugged her tight. Do you think it will ever come back? What? Well, if it does, we'll be ready. Ending 7 and 8 are the two that we're missing. And I'm not entirely sure what to do. I'm debating whether I should do, look up a walkthrough. Or figure this out on my own. Maybe I'll try and do it on my own, see if I can get the right combinations or whatnot. And then if I can't within a certain amount of time, I guess I'll look up the walkthrough. Sarah turned to me. So, Mike? Yeah? To my horror, Sarah pointed a gun at me. Her face was stern. Well, dang! 0 to 100, so fast! Who are you, really? Whoa, Sarah. What are you doing? Sarah, why do you have your gun? Well, aren't you glad? Alright, let's just calm down here. Okay, before we continue, at first I didn't really know what I was doing, and then I was like, you know what? I didn't ever try saying all the same answers and then lying. So that's what I did. Oh, don't try my patience, bucko. My trigger finger is getting itchy. Answer the question. Who are you? And what are you doing in my boyfriend's skin? This is like watching a nightmare come to life. I am in denial. I don't know what you're talking about. You get that gun out of my face. Sarah, please put the gun away. Did you really think lying your way through this whole thing was going to end well for you? I mean, it did the first time I lied. I'm going to ask you again. Why are you doing this? Deny, deny, deny. That's what I do. Sarah, I am Mike. You're making a big mistake. Oh, am I? Am I, motherfucker? Do you want to bet? Sarah's eyes blazed with anger. My body began to tense up too, sweat poured out of my orifices. Sarah, you're scaring me. Good, you should be scared. She nudged the gun's nose at me. Him, most of all. Are there more of you? What's your endgame answer? I am in denial. Put the gun down, Sarah. My ears rang as a gunshot was fired. Oh my god, you just shot him on the foot. I don't feel pain. A hot throbbing pain started to bubble in my leg. Now you can't run away. I have another foot. I can limp away. Next bullet will be in your gullet. Sarah, I think you need to calm down with the torturing. Don't tell me to calm down, Mike. Whatever he is, he does not mean well. I don't know what you're talking about. I just want chips. I'm just concerned, you know. I mean, you just shot other me with a straight face. You're being way too calm about this. Let's just say my imagination has had enough practice. What? Don't worry, honey. It's going to be alright. I'm telling you, I am in total denial. Sarah, please. I told you everything I can. No, you didn't. You're a liar. And this is your last chance. I'm going to ask you for the last time. Who are you? It's me. I'm Mike. Believe me, Sarah. Wrong answer. The bullet rang in my ears. There was no pain, because I feel nothing. Just darkness. Okay, Fine. I'm the imposter. Are you happy now? Are you happy now that I told you? God, it's not like I was really even trying. I was just playing the game. Thought it might be fun. So, you finally show your true face. I don't have a true face. That's boring. You humans get so attached to the pettiest things. I watched as Sarah's stance changed ever so slightly. She meant business now. Even Mike picked the bat up again. What are you? Does it really matter? I'm simply a lost soul that got hungry. Let's keep it at that. Why me? Why my face? Did I do anything to deserve this? No particular reason. Personally, I believe it's fate. It was a while since my last meal, and your life looked tasty enough. Thanks? Don't mention it. Mike, are you humoring the supernatural creature mimicking your face? Are there more of you out there? Do you really want to dig deeper? It's better if you don't. I don't think you'd survive the truth. But there are more of us. We are old. We are hungry. We lie in the shadows looking for prey. That's all you need to know. So you're eating Mike's life? Yes. It takes about a week. His skills, knowledge, and personality are disintegrating as we speak. Even his memories. That is probably why Mike can't remember anything from yesterday. Soon, without any of his humanity to sustain him, his own body will fail and atrophy. Starting from the heart, to his eternal organs, to his brain. And when he is nothing more than a husk, I will assimilate what is left of his life force. Sounds like heaps of fun. I will not let that happen. I mean, I could leave peacefully, or I can just attack. I think this has gone on long enough. I lunge for the gun. Sarah! The sound of the gunshot echoed in my ears and in my body. I didn't know why I did it. I could have easily overpowered them. But somehow, I hesitated at the last second. I know this is probably going to end up as Dead Ringer again, but I just want to see what happens if I just instantly attack. Oh, he just says, during this moment of digestion, I am at my weakest. I am most human. Sarah, everything I said is still true. I am still Mike, heart and mind. I am he, and he is I. Because persona. Right now, at least. I can't hurt you, Sarah. I can feel the chemicals in my blood. My memories, my judgment, it's clouded. It's just my luck I picked one of the few humans with a pure heart. Pure? How about all-around nice guy, Can we just call me that? Better get rid of thy porn stash soon, pure boy, angels a-weeping. If you let me go now, I will break the curse. You can break the curse? It's not going to be easy. But yes, I can do that. I'm the only one who can. How can we be so sure? You might be tricking us into letting you go. If you trust Mike, then trust me. I'm never a good liar when it comes to you. Sarah. Sarah's grip on the gun relaxed. Do it then. Fix this mess. But let's just make something clear. If Mike shows any kind of deterioration during this week, you can bet your ass I will hunt you down. If you're still Mike, you know how serious I am. Am I understood? Yes. I'll keep in contact. Goodbye, Sarah. What the heck? How am I missing a CG? It looks like it's in line with this, but, I say this, but you can't even see my cursor. It's in line with when we're supposed to shoot and stuff, but... What the heck? How am I missing a CG? I don't understand. This is so upsetting. You know, that's the problem when you're missing a CG and it's just like, what am I supposed to do? I don't know how I'm supposed to figure this out. And I'm not planning on going through all of the options again just to figure that out. Because I'm pretty sure when it came to the, Cursed Hero section, I'm pretty sure that I did every option again from, like, you know, don't shoot, and all that stuff. I don't really understand why I'm missing a CG. This is like, I'm at 99%. There's that 1% that's there. And that's so bothersome. But thank goodness I'm not the type who's especially irate about such things. It's just annoying. I'm not gonna go back and attempt to find it. So I really enjoyed this game. It was fun, and I thought I was gonna have to use a walkthrough to get the last two endings, but fortunately, deduction. It's nice when, you get these games and you don't have to struggle with figuring out options and stuff, like what goes together, because that gets so tedious. You're struggling to figure out the mixtures or what gives you, you know, these invisible points that to get a certain ending, and it's just, I don't like having to skip through dialogue so much, because it means taking up this time. I think this is the most I've said the name Sarah. I have two friends who are named Sarah, and I don't think I've ever said their name this many times during the years that I've known them. So it was super weird saying it to begin with, and then I've said it so many times. It doesn't even feel like a real name anymore. I think it's very interesting that this actually goes two ways. It's not just you are the fake Mike and he is the real Mike. It goes two ways. You could be the real Mike or you could be the fake Mike. And I think it's a lot of fun that way because you don't know. It really gives you that option, especially with when I did my first round and, you know, I thought things were gonna be kind of okay because I was telling the truth. But it didn't. I'm just, that really makes me question Sarah, because I told the truth, but that apparently wasn't good enough to be the real Mike. And then when I was lying and I only said these little detailed, like, I think it was 3-4 options within the questioning one, where it gave something like, oh, okay, this could be the real Mike. And then it's like, no, I'm lying on everything else, though. And she's like, oh, yeah, you are Mike. It's just like, what? Well, come on. I was being truthful earlier. Why is this Mike giving you the good feels, not creepy feels? And it was also interesting to see, I don't know what was up with the cursed hero bit, considering, like, injured Sarah was supposed to be the fake, but when you shoot her before gaining the correct answers, it wasn't the fake. So then who was in the room? And it's also very eerie to be warned by fake Sarah that, the others know, because I failed to devour your soul. The others will remember this, and you're probably not going to be safe. So now Mike and Sarah are going to have to turn into freaking supernatural hunter people. Anyway, yeah, this was a nice variation with the endings. It wasn't all similar or all headed in one direction. It was either or, and that was really nice to know that you could, in fact, be real Mike. I am real Mike, so we're gonna totally ignore the fact that my name isn't Mike. I am not even close to being this Mike. The only thing that is similar to us is that we wear glasses and we have, like, brown hair, I guess. But me as a player, I claim to be Mike, and no one, not even these two, can deny it. So I am the real winner. I have won the title. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope that you have a good day and a good night. I'll see you guys in a visual novel. Let's just say that. Bye-bye.